Johnny, there is something cooking.
Hello, how are you? I'm Johnny. This is Sebastian. Welcome to Johnny's cooking channel. Hello, Sebastian. Are you good today, Sebastian? Better wash my hand. And today we're going to cook the most amazing chunky beef beer onion pies, crispy Aussie pies for game day. See, Sebastian, I knew he wouldn't last long. You can have these meat pies and it's black Angus. So the ingredients you're going to need is some onion, some diced onion, some button mushrooms, some garlic, some cumin or some cumin, ground black pepper, red cayenne pepper. I've got some rosemary. I've got some Angus beef here, some really beautiful Angus beef. I'm going to put it in the pie. I think it's about 300 grams of stewing steak and 600 grams black Angus. So what we're going to do now is we're going to chop an onion. I've got a new knife. Look at that, it's folded steel. It's lovely, very sharp. Hoping I don't chop my fingers off. This is how you cut an onion. Kept the root on. Look at this knife. So you just go down like this, then you cut it again here, lengthways. That's it, then you just dice it like this. Look at that, beautiful dices, huh? When you get to the root, you just throw that out. Beautifully diced onion. And I'm using a really, really sharp knife. So this is why you don't get it in the eyes. The reason why you cry is because you're using a blunt knife. Make sure you use a sharp knife and you won't be crying. So this is the black Angus steak. There's a bit of fat there, I'm gonna chop that off. Chop it into little cubes. Oh, this should make about 12 pies, I think, because I'm gonna freeze them. So this is the black Angus beef, as you can see. This is my stewing steak that I'm using. So you can see a bit of a difference there, can't you? Also, I wanna chop them at the same size also. So then they're gonna cook evenly. Okay, I'm gonna flip this board over. So I've been cutting meat on that, you don't cross-contaminate. Okay, the button mushrooms. Just slice them up. Won't put all these mushrooms in, I don't think. They're not magic mushrooms, are they? So that's all the prep done, really. I've made a bit of a mess. Pan. Okay, so that pan's getting nice and hot now. Put some oil in there. Crush some garlic in. We don't want to burn that garlic, so I'm going to put the onions in there. Smell that onions and garlic. Oh, it smells so good. Not long, about 2 or 3 minutes. I'm going to put some beer in the pies. So we want some beer. I've got some beer here. I've got 2 beers. This is Singer. I'm not a very big fan of Singer, but so I use it for cooking. Okay, so those onions are cooking away now. That's getting to be like a nice translucent colour. All right, those onions are looking good. Okay, now we're going to cook the beef. So I'm going to sear this off, this beef, in 3 or 4 different batches. So you just brown in the meat. Okay, so this meat's looking pretty good now. It's all cooking down. Okay, so what we're going to do you know how to do this trick? The old lighter under the belt. Woo! Oh, she pops. We're going to cook some beer. I'm going to use about half of that beer, I think. And I'm going to cook the alcohol out of this. And that's going to go in the pies. The beer's been cooking down. It's reducing. The alcohol's pretty much all gone. And all that goodness of that beef is all that beer now. So what you want to do now is get your pot. And I'm just going to transfer that straight to the slow cooker. You're going to put some beef in, put half these onions in, put some mushrooms in there, some cayenne pepper, ground pepper, and some cumin. Got a big stir around. Now, I've still got the rosemary, I'll put that into. Tomato paste. I'm going to put the corn flour. This is 1 tablespoon of corn flour and about 1/4 cup of water. What that's going to do is that's going to make all that turn to like a nice gravy. All it needs now is just the beef stock. So I'm going to put this on for 4 hours, and that steak is going to be, oh, and then we're going to make it into a pie. All right, so we'll see you soon. Take care. Hello, I'm back. 24 hours later. Oh, I fell asleep last night and it was cooking away. I wanted to let it settle down in the fridge, so I'm going to get it out now. Okay, so here's the pie mixture. Look at all those chunks of beef. Yummo. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make a pie. You're going to need some flour, some rice. We're not going to put the rice in the pie, don't worry, but I'll show you it's a little trick. Egg wash, just beat an egg. Want some pie tins, some spray olive oil, trusty old friend. We want some short crust pastry and some puff pastry. I've just store brought them. You can make your own if you're really that keen, but I buy it. It's not worth cooking. The stuff you buy in the shops, it's perfect. Okay, so what do we do now? What do we do? It's been 24 hours, I've forgotten. So give that a good spray with the olive oil. Short crust pastry here. So the short crust pastry is for the bottom of the pan. I'm just gonna go like that, and like this, halves in there like that. I'm just gonna make 2 pies, otherwise I'm gonna be here all night. I've got places to go, people to see. Put your short crust pastry, nice and gentle. Feed it in there, kind of drop it in. You don't kind of, if you push it in, you're gonna stretch it, and it's gonna be a lot weaker, so it's not gonna be able to hold. Fill in the bottom. These off bits here, you can patch up. The neater you do it, the better it's gonna look. Run your knife along there. Okay, so that's one done. Now we're gonna bake these in the oven first. We wanna cook that base. All right, here's one I prepared earlier. It's just a tin foil full of rice. And that's gonna act like a weight. All right, I've got my tray here. Okay, so I'm gonna bake these in the oven at 160, 5 to 6 minutes. And I'm gonna take them out and I'll show you what we're gonna do next. All right, hear that? She's ready. Okay, so what we do now is we egg wash it. That's gonna seal it, so not much. So get in there with the paintbrush and seal all those edges. I'm gonna put them back in the oven for another 5, 10 minutes. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna roll the pastry out. So this is puff pastry. So this is for the top. Get in there, roll it out. That's looking pretty good. All right, that looked great. It's a little bit rustic, isn't it? So we get the filling that we made last night. Now the trick is here is not to overload them. So you want to get as much beef chunky bits in there. That's heaps. Okay, so you get your top pastry, get your egg wash. Now you want to go around the rim of that. Now you put the top on now. Now you don't want to pack it down, that's the thing, otherwise it's going to explode. You go around and you just pinch the edges with a fork. Or you can crimp it with your finger, it's like that. This is the first time I've ever made these. I think you can tell, can't you? So with your knife, you just want to go boom, boom, boom. 3 vent holes in it just so the steam can get out. Otherwise it's going to overflow. Egg wash again. Who doesn't love a meat pie? I'm going to put them in the oven now. I'm going to put them at 170 for the next 30 minutes. And they're going to come out and they're going to be amazing. Look at them. Woo! That flaky crust. Finally, it's cooled down. So what goes better on a pie? Some tomato sauce. You just stick that in there, fill it up. Who does that? What Aussie doesn't do that? And just go like that. Okay, let's try it. Looks great. Bit rustic. That's okay. Oh, look at that. Look at all that beef. Amazing. Fantastic. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you next Wednesday. Take care. Bye.
Jonny, there is something cooking.